And if I'm talking about the example, then you can see first query is available, write query to view all records of the table. And if I'm talking about write query to view all the records of the table, then the point that we are writing is select star from ST. This is the point number one we are writing. Second query is available, write query to view all the records of the table such that the roll number, name, 10th percentage column should be displayed in the result. So this time we will see that first we have to write down select. Second, in the question, some data is already given. We do not want it to see every column. We just want it to see name, roll number, and 10%. Thereafter, again, from clause, after from clause, then we need to mention name of the table, and name of the table is ST. So both the queries are clear. Select star will display the entire records, or you can say that all the five columns. But if I'm talking about the select roll number, name, 10th percentage, then definitely this will display comparatively less number of records. So again coming to MySQL, then after coming to MySQL, right click and hitting enter. Can you see the result? Column list is there. So select query is very simple. I do not think that you will face some difficulty in that. Okay. Next question is available. Write query to display all distinct values for column 10th percentage. See, if I'm writing the query, in the query, if I'm writing only select roll number, select 10th percentage from ST. If I'm writing this query, then can you see when I'm writing select 10th percentage from ST, so this time actually one value 33.0, it is actually available for 4 times. So this value is displayed, or you can say that marks for all the 9 scholars are same, no matter whether distinct, no matter whether they are duplicate. If I'm talking about question, then in the question, please take a look at the line number 226. In the line number 226, what is the demand? The demand is write query to display all distinct values for the column 10 percentage. And this time everyone, if we are talking about the distinct value, then you can see for the distinct value, there is one more clause available. The name of the clause is called distinct clause. How to write down? We have to write down distinct in the distinct column name. This is used to display distinct value of a column. So exit query, if I'm talking to you, then the query is going to be select distinct 10th underscore percentage from ST. Copy this query, coming here, right click and putting enter. So you can see if I'm talking about the above query, when there is no distinct keyword, in this case, it is I think very easy to observe that sir, all values for a column are displayed, no matter whether they are duplicate, they are repeated. But if we wanted to find out only unique values, if we wanted to find out only the distinct values, then for the distinct values, distinct clause is something that is more useful. Discussion is clear? Yes or no? That's great. That's great. And with the distinct clause or with the distinct function, you can say you can use only one column name. More than one column name is not allowed in case of MySQL, but in case of Oracle, you can use that. Again, I am repeating. In case of MySQL, with the distinct, only one column you can pass. More than one column is not allowed. If you wanted to use for more than one column, then Oracle database is supporting this feature. So far for the projection, we have seen the three options. First option is star. Second option is column list. Third option is available, that is called distinct. Now you can see there is one more option available. The one more option is actually referred as column name as new column name. So for example, what exactly the demand can be? Look at the next question. In the next question, line number 229, what exactly the point is? The point is write query to view all records of the table such that roll number should be displayed with the heading roll number complete, name should be displayed with the heading student name, and 10th underscore percentage should be displayed with the heading enter exam percentage. So this time, can you see that in the table original column name is something, but at the time of display, we wanted to change name of the column such that the new name will be temporary, no change will be made in the actual table. Clear or not? Look at the query, please. Yes, it is. Okay. So this is called actually aliasing. This is actually referred as aliasing. Aliasing means you are talking about giving a different name. Aliasing is all about you are talking about giving a different name, or you are talking about giving a new name. So if you wanted to go for aliasing, then see, for the aliasing, practically two syntaxes are available. Syntax number one, you should use original column name as, then you should write down new column name, or means second syntax. You can directly write down the old column name, and after the old column name, you can write down the new column name also. So both options are available there. Both options are available there. There is one more line available. The line is that if the new name of the column actually contains multiple words, then put the new column inside either in the double quotation mark or into the single quotation mark. So in this query, if I'm talking about the word roll number, is that it a multi-word text? Yes or no? Yes, it is. And because it is a multi-word text, so definitely it must be inside the single quotation or in the double quotation mark. Yes or no? Similar to that, the same thing is applicable for the student name also. The same thing is applicable for the enter exam percentage also. So if I'm talking about writing query now, then how exactly I need to write down the query? I need to mention select roll number as inside the single quotation or inside the double quotation, we have to mention roll number. The next column is name. For the name, we have to write down name has to be displayed as student name. Similar to that, if I'm talking about the third thing, then into the third thing, if I'm talking about the 10 percentage, then definitely the 10 percentage should be displayed as enter exam percentage. Then we need to write down from clause, then name of the table is going to be ST. Query is written in front of you, query copied, we are on MySQL, again copying the query, pasting and hitting enter. So can you see that the roll number is displayed with the heading roll number, name is displayed with the heading student name, and 10th underscore percentage is displayed with the heading. So as I can see on sunset, the new column headings are null value temporary. They are applicable only for this result set. Definitely in your actual table, there is no easy to manipulate. Is that clear or not? Primary key column. Yes, it is. That's great. That's great. That's clear. That's good. Okay. Now, one is column is asking, sir, please write select star to make sure that there is no change. So you can see I have written select star query because there was actually no change in the table name. So your table is displayed as it is. Going to next query. Into the next query, the next query is write query to view all records of the table such that roll number should be displayed with heading, name should be displayed with heading S name, 10 percentage should be displayed with the heading 10 underscore PER. So this time you will say that, sir, actually again we are going for aliasing, but this time when we are talking about aliasing, then all the aliased names are actually single word. Because all the alias names are already single word, so this time using single quotation is not compulsory, means using single quotation or double quotation is not compulsory. Second, you have already seen when you are doing the aliasing, then use of as keyword is also not compulsory, or we can say that use of the as keyword is also optional. So this time, if I wanted to write down the same query, then to write down the same query, the syntax can be, for example, let's say if we are writing select roll number, so for me, without as keyword, after starting of the recording, second column is name. For the name, directly I am writing here as name. Then third column is available 10th percentage, and 10th percentage should be displayed as 10 underscore PER. From name of the table is ST. This time, this time, this time. Copying this query, coming to MySQL, doing the right click, hitting enter, and then again select star query. So can you see that doing aliasing is possible in multiple ways? Doing aliasing is possible in multiple ways. Use of as keyword is not compulsory. If you are using, then it is okay. If you are not using, then it is okay. Whenever actually you are using column aliasing, Practically, use of as keyword is not required. If you are using, then it is okay. If you are not using, then it is okay. Second number pointer, if the alias name is single word, then again, use of single quotation or double quotation is optional. If you are using, then okay. If you are not using, still it is okay. But if your alias name is multi-word, then in this case, you always have to write down into the single quotation. The database actually understands one language, but again, that is referred as SQL, that is Structured Query Language. Once again, I am repeating JDBC. The full form of JDBC is Java Database Connectivity. So definitely this technology is used to connect your Java application to database. How to write down code in Java? You are comfortable slightly, you know the syntaxes, but the problem is that database management system does not understand Java language. The database management system actually understands only one language. The name of the language is SQL. It's all about regarding the same. Content will be provided to you timely. Now, next part. Just a minute, one doubt on chat. Okay. So, day number 9 content. One part is also done. Next part is all about the SQL. But before going to the SQL, it's your break time. See you after 5 minutes. So, okay, everyone. Meanwhile, this screen is shared to you already. You can refer to this example. So, everyone, welcome back. Now, it's time to discuss about the actually next technology. I'm not saying new topic this time. I'm talking about the new technology this time to you. And the name of the new technology that we are going to discuss is database. And actually, you have listened about multiple times. It's all about MySQL or SQL. Okay. Why exactly we have started? Because in the SB 101, the next topic related to Java programming that we are having is JDBC, Java Database Connectivity. The Java Database Connectivity, the name already specified, definitely this technology is going to connect and Java application to the database. And because this technology is going to connect Java application to the database, so first of all, you must know what exactly the database is. And the second thing is that your database does not understand Java programming. The database actually understands one language that is referred as SQL, that is Structured Query Language. Once again, I am repeating. I am talking about the new technology this time to you. And the name of the new technology that we are going to discuss is database. And actually, you have listened about multiple times. It's all about MySQL or SQL. Okay. Why exactly we have started? Because in the SB 101, the next topic related to Java programming that we are having is JDBC, Java Database Connectivity. The Java Database Connectivity, the name already specified, definitely this technology is going to connect and Java application to the database. And because this technology is going to connect Java application to the database, so first of all, you must know what exactly the database is. And the second thing is that your database does not understand Java programming. The database actually understands one language that is referred as SQL, that is Structured Query Language. Once again, I am repeating JDBC. The full form of JDBC is Java Database Connectivity. So definitely this technology is used to connect your Java application to database. How to write down code in Java? You are comfortable slightly, you know the syntaxes, but the problem is that database management system does not understand Java language. The database management system actually understands only one language. The name of the language is SQL. SQL term refer to structured query language. So first of all, in this overall discussion, we will actually try to understand what exactly the database is, how to create a database, how to create table, how exactly records are maintained in the form of database, how to read the records, how to write the records, how to update, as well as what things we have to take care whenever we are talking about designing a database. So, including today and for the next 3 days. Sorry, today and for the next 3 days. Overall, you can say that it is 3.5 day. In the 3.5 day, we are going to discuss about database. It means there is no use of STS. Then I will say one scholar is writing. It means there is no use of STS. Then I will say hold my beer dear. Because just for 3 days there is no use of STS. Then you will find when I will talk about GDBC, then again STS will be useful. So you can kind of pause your STS for 3 days during the class time only. Otherwise assignments are already there for you. And meanwhile you have to practice on SQL also. SQL is other than SQL for SQL is there. One scholar is writing SQL is there other than SQL for database. Well, wait for this. Then you will have a better understanding what exactly I am saying. So overall this time, this is a kind of context switching. We are actually switching from Java to database. Then definitely we will again come back and start from where we left off. So first thing, we are going to discuss how to store the information, what is data, what is database management system. This is kind of, you can say that database part 1, or this is what you can say SQL part 1. So first thing everyone, one by one I am going to start. Focus in the class. The class is going to be very much interesting for you. And database management system is a topic that is practically very easy. If you can learn English, then definitely you can learn SQL very easily. Yet for accuracy, some amount of practice is required. So first thing, what is the mean of data is and what is the mean of information is, take a look. If we are talking about data, then collection of raw facts that is unprocessed. So we can call that it is something crude. Second thing, the data is somewhat that is less meaningful, or you can say it is meaningless as whole. Let me take one simple example. Just focus on the example very carefully. So for example, let's say that if I'm talking about one city, let's say that I am talking about the city that is Bangalore. For the city Bangalore, or you can say for the all over India, you know it very well that there is one department available. The name of the department is called IMD, Indian Meteorology Department, that is used to keep track of all the weather conditions. It is used to maintain minimum temperature as well as maximum temperature on daily basis. Yes, when minimum and maximum temperature is available, then definitely it is used to actually maintain average temperature also. Definitely, apart from the average temperature, it is actually maintaining the humid condition also, means what amount of humidity or moisture we are having in the environment, humid conditions. Apart from the humid condition, it is actually talking about, you can say that rainfall is also it is recording. Rainfall is also it is recording. So let's say IMD department is working in India since the time of Britishers. So might be that it is more than 100 years since IMD is working in India. Now let's say if somebody is providing you the day-wise record of last 100 years for city Bangalore, means for every day you are having minimum temperature, maximum temperature, average temperature, humid conditions, rainfall on single day basis. Means actually for every single day record there are some 5 or 6 entries, and I am talking about some 100 years, so total some 36,500 entries plus will be there. If such kind of things is provided to you, then don't you say, sir, it is actually data requires some processing to get some meaningful information? Yes or no? Yes, it is. And if I'm talking talking about the information, so what can be the useful information that we can derive from this data? For example, let's say that if I am a cloth merchant, let's say if I am a cloth merchant, then definitely based on the upcoming 2 month weather condition, I have to manufacture the product. Yes or no? Yes, it is. Definitely. Let's say that I am a person who is actually involved in the catering business. Then definitely according to the weather condition, food has to be prepared. Yes or no? Yes, it is. So can we say that information is definitely having a financial value? Yes, it is. Information is extremely valuable. It is having financial value and maybe much more. That's why every company is fighting for data. They wanted to store the data. They wanted to analyze the data because we are getting information from the data. So overall, the point that I was telling you, if I'm talking about the minimum temperature over last 100 years, similar to that, if I'm talking about, let's say that maximum temperature for last 100 years, similar to that, if I'm talking about maximum rainfall over the last 100 years, similar to that, if I'm talking about minimum rainfall over the last 100 years, based on this, if I'm talking about monthly average temperature, if I'm talking about, let's say that quarterly average temperature, if I'm talking about other parameters also, then definitely you will always come to know that sir, things are actually meaningful, but we have to apply the processing. The same data can be used to study the same data can be used to actually study the climate change also, as well as shifting of the weather pattern, shifting of the temperature on daily basis, etc. Because everything is having a financial value, everything is having a value. So overall, the pointer is very, very easy to understand. We are having a huge amount of, you can say that kind of records available to them. Definitely they require some processing. So can we call such kind of unprocessed records as data? But once you are applying, actually processing on them, then you will find that it is turning into a information. And on behalf of this, what exactly we are writing? Collection of raw fact, that is unprocessed, it is data, or we can call it as truth. It is less meaningful or least meaningful as whole. Second part, information. Source of information is definitely always data. It is processed, so definitely it is meaningful. It can be used to drive some business value, and this business value is what the knowledge is. So overall, everybody is fighting for information. Everybody wants a better medium of storing the information, and definitely there are various ways to store the information. Like if I'm talking about the first and the very common way, people wanted to memorize the thing. But do you think that memorizing the thing is a permanent solution? No. Definitely things can be a lot of modified. Things can be a lot of, you can say that manipulated over a period of time. People are not able to remember. The second way, definitely we used to keep the things in writing. Yes or no? It's a better solution to keep the things in writing. But when it comes to keep the things in writing, so if I'm talking about ancient era, let's say that if I'm talking about a period of 1000 years ago, or let's say that 1100 years ago, at that time, if you have seen some periodic serials, then they used to write on cloths using some ink, using some more book type of things. I think you have seen in the periodic serials. Yes. And then actually, definitely these kind of things were also not permanent. So at that time, there comes the technique that is called inscription, mean writing on the stones with the help of chisels and hammer. You have seen many of the inscriptions are there. Inscriptions are supposed to be permanent, but what is the mean of permanent? Again, same thing. You can say that it is having a very long life till the time of actually some 1000 years, maybe 2000 years. But again, we can say that they are also not permanent and they are susceptible to be attacked by invaders. Similarly, then it comes to the printing technology, it comes to the pen and paper era. In the pen and paper era, definitely the things are too much better. The things are actually getting too much easy to store. Papers are available there. Long life of paper is there. Lamination technique is there. But definitely storing everything in the terms of paper is again not a good choice because storage is a problem, environmental condition is a problem, and generating too much amount of paper is again a problem because actually it requires a lot of trees to generate the paper. So in the today's era, definitely everything is digital. So can we say that computer is used to store the information every time? Yes, it is. So because the computer is actually used to store the information every time. So to store the information in computer, multiple different techniques are evolved over a period of time. If I'm talking about the initial technique, then the initial technique is all about storing the information in flat file. Overall, the thing is that what is the meaning of flat file? Flat file means plain text file. First of all, the meaning of flat file is actually plain text file. So let me take one example. Can you see that? See just the highlighted area. In the highlighted area, can you see that I wanted to store the information of student. To store the information of a student, we are using student.txt file. In the student.txt file, information about the student like his serial number, roll number, name, address, phone number, email ID, etc., then state. It is stored in the form of plain text. If you are storing the same information in the form of plain text, then definitely information is stored. We are not saying that information is not stored. Information is available in the file system yours. So definitely storing the information in file system is actually not a very good idea. Why? Let us discuss about the point. Okay, one by one. You have already done the file operation. The only advantage that I'm going to tell you is your file system is available with your operating system. So this time to store information, you are not supposed to do additional expenditure. So in the terms of cost, it looks that it is very handy or it is very cheap. Yes or no? Yes, it is. That's good. But overall, ultimately, you will find that your balance sheet is turning into minus side. Why exactly? Listen, if you are using the plain text, so first of all, whenever you are using plain text to store the information, then practically your information does not have any data type because everything is stored in the form of characters. Yes or no? And if everything is available in the form of character, then let's say that I am asking that we wanted to find the scholar who has scored the maximum marks. So in this condition, either you have to do it manually. If you are doing it manually, then definitely there is no logic of using the computer. Second thing is there, if you are writing a software program, maybe using Java, maybe C++, if you are writing a program, then don't you think that your program will be tightly coupled with the structure of the file? Means if your file is having 7 number of columns, then definitely you have to write down your software for these 7 columns. In future, if you are writing some 8th column, then you have to make changes in the software also. In future, if you are deleting one column, then again you have to make changes in the software. So overall, can I say that your program and data, they will be tightly coupled in case of the file system, which is ultimately going to be very, very difficult to maintain. Yes or no? Point is clear? In case of file system, the main problem is that program data coupling is too tight. If you are making changes in the file system, immediately you have to make changes in the program also. Otherwise, your system may not work. First thing, I already told you that there is no specific data type. Second thing, what is the mean of accessing is? You know it very well that in the file system, accessing is always make changes in the 15th scholar available. Name of the scholar is Sahil. Information actually exists in the system and of day scholar actually there. That if your thread is opening the file for the reading mode, then let's say that it is context switched. If it is context switched, then definitely other threads are also kind of in the blocking condition. What to do in this condition? You cannot do anything because this is file system. Final, one very important thing. It suffers from the issue of data redundancy and data inconsistency. This is the main point that is related to disadvantage of the file system. So let me come to a situation. For example, let's say that we are having one scholar. Let's say that name of the scholar is Sahil. We are having one school. Let's say that name of the school I am writing is ABC Academy. In the ABC Academy, there is a scholar available. Name of the scholar is Sahil. The next thing is, if I'm talking about this school, then this school is a residential school. And you know it very well that in the residential school, one has to stay inside the campus. Admission is available only on the condition that you have to reside in the campus. There is no option of day scholar actually there. If you have remembered, you might have listened about the Sainik schools. You might have listened about many of the NITs. There is option available that you have to stay inside the campus. There is no option available for the day scholarship. You always have to stay. So if it is a residential school, like we are talking about Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, they are also actually working on the same model. They are residential school. So in case of the ABC Academy, it's a residential school. There is one scholar available. The name of the scholar is actually called Sahil. So what exactly the point is? All the information related to Sahil. So can I say that all personal information, all personal information plus if I'm talking about his academic record, definitely it will be maintained by school. Yes or no? Yes, it is. But if I'm talking about his personal record as well as mainly if I'm talking about his health conditions, then definitely this thing is supposed to be maintained by hostel authority. Yes or no? Yes, it is. So normally, let's say that if you are using file system or if you are using pen and paper, both cases, school is having its own file, but hostel is having its own file. When they are maintaining the separate file, so practically can I say that the information about every scholar is getting duplicated? Yes or no? Yes, it is. And whenever I am talking about the duplication, then duplication is something that is actually called redundancy. Getting my point? Yes, it is. So can I say that when we are using the file system, then there are higher chances of duplication? Yes or no? Yes, it is. So this time can I say that multiple copies of same information actually exist in the system. And when multiple copies of the same information exist in the system, then they are actually producing data redundancy. Now what can be the disadvantage of data redundancy? Let's say that this time I am saying that Sahil's father is actually transferred from, let's say that Mumbai to Pune. If his father is getting transferred from Mumbai to Pune, so in this condition, let's say that if I'm talking about the communication address, then definitely communication address is something that is updated. Sahil is a small boy. So what exactly Sahil did? Sahil wrote a single application. Sahil actually wrote a single application for address updation and then submit it to class teacher. So what exactly will happen? That if I'm talking about his address, then definitely address will be actually updated in school file. Yes or no? But if the same application is, let's say, not forwarded to hostel authority, or let's say if the same application is not available to hostel authority, Sahil forgot, whatever be the reason. So can I say that if I'm talking about the hostel information and if I'm talking about the school information in the terms of address, definitely they are going to be mismatched. Yes or no? And whenever there is a mismatch of information, this mismatch of information is actually referred as inconsistency. Is that clear? Yes, it is. And if I'm talking about the main cause of inconsistency, then you will say that sir, inconsistency is because of redundancy. Can we say? Because practically there were multiple copies, and when there are multiple copies, then definitely there are chances that such kind of problem can be there. And practically, if I'm talking about the inconsistency, then we can say that we can minimize the consistency. Absolutely removing the consistency is slightly, you can say, difficult or very much difficult to achieve. But overall, the target is that if you can keep the inconsistency and redundancy at the minimum level, then definitely efficiency of your system is going to be increased. Yes or no? Simple logic. More redundancy, more inconsistency, less efficient the system will be. Less redundancy, less inconsistency, more efficient your system will be. So overall the target is that we wanted to minimize the redundancy and we wanted to definitely reduce the inconsistency also. This is what our overall motto is. And by looking at all these disadvantages, can we say that using file system is definitely a poor choice because ultimately it will give us more loss than the profit. Yes. The database management system is a software platform that allow to create and maintain databases. So can you say very much like sir, files are practically maintained by operating system. Similar to that, databases are actually maintained by database management system. Because for file system, platform is operating system. For database, platform is database management system. So accordingly, database management system is a software platform that allow to create and maintain databases. For example, MySQL is there, Oracle is there, MS SQL is there, Ingres, Postgres, Sybase, DB2, etc., etc., etc. The list is very long, but we will talk about MySQL. So always keep in mind, whenever you are actually installing MySQL on your PC, then never say that I am installing database management system. Because once the database management system is available to you, then you can actually create database on it. Is that point also clear? Yes or no? Understood? That's good. Then if I'm talking about the advantages of DBMS, then among the advantages of DBMS, first advantage is controlled data access. What is the mean of controlled data access is, on a database management system, you can create multiple different accounts with different user level, such that every user level is having a specific set of permissions. So can we say that, for example, let's say if I'm talking about a student account, if I'm talking about a faculty account, and if I'm talking about an admin account, then they are going to be three different type of accounts. Yes or no? Yes, it is. So in the database management system, it is possible that all the accounts should operate at the same time. So you can control the data access, and definitely everything is username password protected. Everything is being logged here. So if anyone is making changes, then every entry is maintained that who has made the changes. And definitely if you are having control data access, then control data access again leads to more security. Yes or no? Everything is login password protected. High-end encryption techniques are also available to store the data. So definitely it's overall better not to store the information in the form of plain text. Not every information should be encrypted. Then your entire table machines together. So require table, and you all are requested to please go through the block plan that is given to you. In the block important, data is stored in the table format. Second thing, you can see that it support distributed database used to store database in large amount. DBMS. Whenever we are asking what exactly the database in context of our DBMS is, then you will say that it is actually collection of tables. It is actually collection of tables. What is the use of tables? Table is actually used to contain the records. Table is used to contain the records. So practically, can I say information is stored in the table and related tables are stored in a database such that every table must have a distinct name. Is that clear? Information is practically available in the tables. Tables are stored in the database such that in a single database that it support distributed database used to store database in large amount. Actually, the redundancy can be reduced too much. Apart from that, multiple user access is also available. Apart from that, data is in the form of table, so on. Lot of advantages and some disadvantages are also there. But main point is all about, whenever we are talking about storing information in the form of table, such that then we have to talk about RDBMS. Topic is clear, everyone? Some pointers are theoretical that are not very much important to discuss. Okay, so let me take some basic terminology of the database management system. Among the terminology of the database management system, meanwhile, one scholar is asking, what is normalization? My dear scholars, you all are requested to please go through the block plan that is given to you. In the block plan, it is clearly mentioned that we will discuss normalization on the SQL day number 3. Coming back to my point. Database. Database is collection of tables such that every table has a distinct name. Okay. Relation. Table is actually called relation, not relationship. Table is actually called relation. So in the general life, we use the word table. Database is specific, it is relation. Attribute or field, nothing but it is a column. Tuple or record, it actually refers to the row of the table. Tuple or record. to the row of the table. Second thing is available. Okay, so let us take one example. Again, for the sake of one example, let's say we are talking about one table. The table is available trainee. In the trainee table, you can say that there is first column available trainee number, second is name, third is gender, fourth is marks, and fifth is available that is called age. So this time, can I say that name of the relation is trainee? Yes or no? Look at the line number 19. Yes, it is. If you people are finding slightly difficulty, we can use the concept of split screen also. So when I'm using the concept of split screen, font size properly visible, everyone? Yes, it is. Okay, this is the best size. Okay, what is relation? Relation is something that is called table. So by looking here, can we say that trainee is the name of relation or trainee is the relation here? Table, relation, they are the same thing. Okay. Second thing we are calling is attribute or field. Attribute or field actually refer to column of the table. So if I'm talking about the column of the table, that column of the table can be trainee number, name, gender, marks, and age. So can we say that in this relation we are having total 5 attributes? Yes or no? Yes, it is. Okay. Next thing is available that is called tuple or record. It refers to row of the table. So can we say that there are total 5 record total 4 tuple or 4 records available in the table? Yes, total number of records are 4, but total number of attributes are 5. Then the next term is available that is called degree of relation. The degree of relation actually refer to number of columns in the table. So number of columns are 5. So accordingly, the degree of relation is 5. Yes or no? Yes, it is. That's good. Cardinality. Cardinality actually refer to number of rows in the table. So number of rows are 4. So if I'm talking about the cardinality of the relationship, then definitely cardinality of the relationship is already 4. Is that clear, everyone? First 6 terms: database, relation, attribute, tuple, degree, cardinality. Next point is available that is called domain. Domain actually refer to set of values oblique range of values that is allowed for a column. So definitely if I'm talking about gender column, for the gender column, can I say that domain is going to be of 2 values, or domain is actually set of 2 values such that the first value is male and second value is female? Yes or no? Yes, it is. Similar to that, if I'm talking about the next column, marks, for the marks, can we say that domain is going to be from 0.00 to 100.0? Yes, it is. Similar to that, let's say that company is having a criteria that we will not hire any person on the trainee position whose age is more than 27. And definitely, according to Indian Constitution, minimum age required for working is normally 18 years. So can we say that domain of age is going to be 18 to 27? Yes or no? Yes, it is. Okay. So meanwhile, one scholar is confused. What is the mean of tuple and cardinality? So, my dear scholar, tuple means record, row. Tuple means record and row. So, highlighted this one, T001. This is first tuple. T002, this is second tuple. T003, this is third tuple. T004, this is fourth tuple. So, how many tuples are there? Total 4 tuples are there. What is the mean of cardinality is? So, you can say that cardinality refer to number of rows in the table. Now clear? What is the difference between tuple and... Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. One scholar is asking, sir, please explain the domain again. See, we are maintaining age of the trainee also. Let's say according to the company policy, we are having a rule that a person whose age is less than 18, he will not be hired. Second thing, we are saying for the trainee post, maximum applicable age is 27. So according to this, can I say that in the age column, the value will be between 18 to 27? Yes or no? For the age column, value will be 18 to 27. So this is what actually called domain. Domain means actually set of values or range of values that is allowed for a Sahil will say, I am pursuing in 10th class. What is now? Okay, shall I proceed further? Database. But we are actually discussing about MySQL, what actually referred as constraints. These limitations are what actually referred as constraints. So what is the meaning of constraint is? They are the rules, restrictions, limitations that are applied on table or columns to ensure data integrity. What is the meaning of data integrity? Your data should be consistent and it should be easy to access. If constraints are applied properly, then the data will be accurate, easy to manipulate, access, and it will be of high quality. Following are the types of constraints. See, there are 5 types of constraints already listed here. The first constraint is not null. Second is primary key, or you can say that it is very loosely implemented. Even if you are applying the check constraint, still violation is permitted. So it is something that is available but not to use. That's why I'm not discussing about check constraint in MySQL. Proper implementation of check constraint is available in Oracle database. But we are actually discussing about MySQL. There are 5 types of constraints already listed here. The first constraint is not null. Second is primary key. Third is unique key. Fourth is default. And fifth one is foreign key. We will discuss about each and every constraint in the detail, but apart from listed 5 constraints, you will find one more constraint is available there. The name of the constraint is called check constraint. But why exactly I am not discussing check constraint here? Because check constraint is not properly implemented in MySQL, or you can say that it is very loosely implemented. Even if you are applying the check constraint, still violation is per. Following are the types of constraints. See, there are 5 types of constraints already listed here. The first constraint is not null. Second is primary key. Third is unique key. Fourth is default. And fifth one is foreign key. We will discuss about each and every constraint in the detail. But apart from listed 5 constraints, you will find one more constraint is available there. The name of the constraint is called check constraint. But why exactly I am not discussing check constraint here? Because check constraint is not properly implemented in MySQL, or you can say that it is very loosely implemented. Even if you are applying the check constraint, still violation is permitted. So it is something that is available but not to use. That's why I am not discussing about check constraint in MySQL. Proper implementation of check constraint is available in Oracle database. But we are actually discussing about MySQL. So overall, check constraint you will find in documentation, you will find on online portals, but when you will work on the check constraint, then you will find practically it is of no use. Now, there is doubt from one more scholar. One scholar is asking, sir, if we not follow the rules means constraints.
Recording stopped. People out of 75. 43. Okay, what about the others? Please do respond. We have to submit assignment. What kind of assignment like you are asking? Okay, just make a notepad of your following questions. Let's say whatever the questions were giving in the assignment, that questions answer you need to write in the notepad file, and then you need to submit that notepad file. Okay, got it? So let me end this poll right now. So as I have checked, like few of you are still writing like I'm not okay with the instructor face. So therefore, just a second, guys. There's a background noise. Let me remove it. Okay, my voice is clearly audible. Now check. Just a second. Okay, so everyone, I have shared the form link in the chat. I'm giving you only 1 minute. Please write the appropriate feedback there. Whether you are still have problem with the instructor face or not, please write the right feedback over there. Need permission Not accessible. Just a second, let me check.
Disturbance.
Now, can you please check? Is it now? Are you able to do it? Tell me. No. What is the reason behind it? Just a second. Okay. Now, can you please check? Let me share the feedback form link again. Now check. Need permission.
बीच में हमें फॉर्म फिल करवाया जाता है कि स्टूडेंट मतलब सो रहे हैं कि पढ़ रहे हैं, वे एक्टिव है कि नहीं, तो वही प्रोसेस हो रहा है।
Check on the Masai. Okay, I'll check back in.
एक ऑनलाइन फ़ॉर्म भी मतलब डिस्प्ले होता है स्क्रीन में इन द मिड ऑफ द लेक्चर, और उसमें लिखा रहता है आर यू देयर और नॉट, मतलब जो पढ़ाई हो रहा है तो आप एक्टिव है कि नहीं, तो उस फॉर्म में येस नो लिखा रहता है, आर यू देयर और नॉट, येस और नो, तो यू नीड टू बी येस, और आप अगर फिल नहीं करते हैं फॉर्म तो फिर वो पता चल जाता है इस यूज़र ने फिल नहीं किया तो वो इनएक्टिव है।
Now please check last time. Is it now? Are you able to do it or not? If no, then I think it is not. Can't open. Okay, anyway, sir, you can start the session. Or can you please confirm here? Better to skip it again. Continue. Please continue.
Yes, also. So slide picks up.
Recording in progress.
Yeah, recording in progress again. Next part, or the next query that we are having is for in operator. This is the next operator that is used to create conditions. Look at the question. Line number 308. The question is, write a query to find, then they throw exception. So I will say here that this time better not to use the word exception, but actually I will say that yes, error will be there in the query. Error will be there in the query. Later on we will talk about exception also in JDBC, but right now overall the point is that if you have applied the constraint, but at the time of data insertion, if you do not follow the constraint, then you will get some error. Your record will not be entered. So constraints are overall to ensure better quality of the data. If constraints are applied properly, then definitely your data will be much accurate, easy to manipulate, easy to access, and this is the ultimate thing that we wanted to have. So shall we proceed for talking about discussion of each constraint one by one?
Not,
Yes, it is.
not
That's
खाली
correct.
नहीं होना चाहिए, कुछ भी होना चाहिए, खाली नहीं होना चाहिए।
One scholar is asking an interesting question.
होना चाहिए,
I will come to this question shortly, but once I'm reading the question is that we are learning SQL, but what if company in which we will get place it is using some other database management system? I will come to this question slightly later, don't worry. So first of all, I'm talking about the first type of constraint. The first type of constraint is called not null constraint. And definitely the not null constraint actually ensure that column must have the value. It cannot have null value. Second point, this constraint is applicable for column only. A table can have any number of columns with not null constraint. So definitely it's a very common thing to understand. For example, let's say if I'm talking about name. On the name, it is kind of mandatory to apply the not null constraint, yes or no? Yes, it is. Similarly, on the age, it is kind of mandatory to apply the not null constraint. Yes, it is. We can apply on gender also. Yes, it is. Even we can apply on the trainee. Number also. Here for the trainee number, I will discuss to you about a better constraint. So first of all, if any column is applied with the not null constraint, so there it is not allowed to enter the null value. You have to specify a valid value for that column. This is the overall purpose of not null constraint. After the not null constraint, there is one more constraint available that is called primary key constraint. There is one more constraint available that is called primary key constraint. Okay, see, primary key is one of the most important topic. Actually, in the Masai school, a scholar who has passed, this is actually argument. So why you are talking about Aadhaar? Then the battle actually goes to Supreme Court and court consent is will tell you tomorrow. That I will tell you tomorrow. Great. Well, that is called, yeah, recording is started. So as I can see on chat, based on the yesterday's class, some of the people are demanding that sir please revise the primary key. Some scholars are demanding please revise primary key and unique key. Okay, so composite primary key is also one of the common doubt that actually I'm finding. So this time it will be good to have a quick revision about the constraints. So yesterday when we were talking about the topic constraints, so I was telling you that constraints are the rules that are actually constraints are the update your field column. If I'm talking to you, then definitely a person must have a name. So can we allow name to have null value? I think no. Definitely name cannot be null because every person is compulsorily having some name. Okay. Second thing, if I'm talking about gender column, then definitely gender column should not be null. Some value must be provided there. If I'm talking about marks, then in the marks, situationally or based on the situation, we can allow null value. For example, what can be the case? Let's say that if I'm talking about CBSE examination that is conducted in the month of March, result is available somewhat in May, and supplementary examination sometime used to happen in the month of June or maybe in the July. So let's say that if some student is going to appear in the supplementary examination, so in this condition we can say that sir admission is a provisional admission. And second thing is that the exact percentage is still unknown. So in this condition, definitely we can allow null value. So if I'm talking about the column name, gender, and age, on the three columns, it is good to apply not null constraint because these values cannot be null. Is that clear? Update your feedback. Yes, it is. Okay, if I'm talking about the first column, that is trainee number, and if I'm talking about the column name, then definitely on the behalf of name, it is impossible to identify a trainee because multiple trainees can have same name. And if I'm talking about the training number, then definitely the training number is not going to be duplicate for two trainees. It is always going to be distinct, and training number cannot be null. So on behalf of this, can you see that training number is always unique and training number cannot be null, and training number is used to uniquely identify a trainee. On behalf of this, can we say that training number be a primary key? Yes or no? Yes, it is. So overall, the principle is that you can see what is the purpose of primary key. If I'm talking about the purpose of the primary key, then in the purpose of primary key, you can see that primary key is used to uniquely identify a record in the table. A table can have at most one primary key, yet it is possible to create table with no primary key. Some of the scholars are feeling it is like unique key, but there is difference. I will discuss that the difference between the primary key and the unique key again when I will discuss to you about nation few years ago. If that scholar has passed CBSE one unique keys, but if you remember for column in the then of 10,000 rupees, employee name it will no then duplicate or it can have the value null. Then I'm talking about this is op and lab is used agency, or you can say that it is an institution that is used to set standards. Open it will be null, and definitely next pointer we have seen that if you are deleting entry from the parent table, then no corresponding entry should be there in the child table. These are the pointers that we are writing. So all the constraints we have discussed. One more constraint is there, check constraint. We are not going to discuss about the check constraint because this is something you can say that out of the box. No need to discuss because it is not implemented properly in MySQL database. In Oracle, it is having a very good very good implementation, but for MySQL, the implementation is not good. Next portion. So far, that's a lot of theory we have covered. What is primary key? What is a unique key, etc., etc. But how to apply them in the database? So see, between you and me, the mode of communication or the language of communication is English. So far between you and computer, the language for communication was Java programming. But now, between the database and us, the mode of communication or the language of communication is going to be SQL. So simply, SQL stands for Structured Query Language. To give instruction to the database management system, we have to use SQL. Second point, SQL is a cross-platform, open source, ANSI standard computer language that is same for all the databases. So many of the scholars were asking that sir, if I'm learning SQL for my SQL platform, and in future if I'm finding Oracle platform in the company, will it be problematic? I will say no, because mostly actually your SQL is common, but I'm not saying that it is 100% same. Based on the database to database, some 10 to 20% changes can be there. But overall, the thing is that if you are already comfortable with SQL on any of the database platform, then on the further database platform, you will find, yes, it is more or less similar, or by applying a very limited amount of effort, you will find that, yes, I am able to learn. One scholar is writing about the MongoDB. So can you please update that MongoDB is using SQL or it is a NoSQL database? One scholar is asking, is that possible we can open our own database? Wait. One scholar is asking, what is ANSI? ANSI actually stands for American National Standard Institute. The American National Standard Institute is an agency, or you can say that it is an institution that is used to set standards. Like in India, we are having BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards. Similar to that, we are having ANSI, that is setting the standards. ISO, International Standard Organization, is also there. So ANSI standard is there. Now next part. So what is the mean of a standard? Now I can clear to you because it is regulated by ANSI. So any database that is actually following the ANSI standard, more or less, there you will find that SQL is kind of common. SQL is kind of common. Now look at the next pointer. For the MySQL, SQL is a case insensitive language. You may use any case, but by convention, all keywords must be in capital and query should be properly aligned. And you know it very well that if something is according to convention, means you should follow, but if you are not following, then there is no offense. Overall, the thing is that you should keep into your mind. SQL is case insensitive language. You can write down in according to your own choice, no problem. Capital letter, small letter, complete mix up, everything is okay. Don't worry, this is not Java programming. Now, next thing is types of SQL statements. Among the types of SQL statements, there are total 5 types available. The first type of statement is actually called the DDL statement, that is called data definition language. Second is DML, third is DRL, fourth is DCL, and fifth is DCL. We will discuss about all types of languages except for 4 numbers because this is used to create different database users, which is not very important. Now look here. First type DDL, that is referred as data definition language. The data definition language is used to create, alter, modify the structure of the database and let's say table also. It actually never deal with the data that is stored in the table. Create query is there. For example, if you wanted to create a database, you wanted to create a table, then there is a query available that is called create query. Second point. If I'm talking about the alter table, then definitely the alter table is a alter table. Alter query. It is used to modify the structure of the table. What is the mean of modifying the structure of the table? If you wanted to add a new column, you wanted to delete an existing column, you wanted to change the data type, you wanted to apply some constraint, you wanted to take off or put off some constraint from the table or column, then you have to use alter statement. So alter is simple, all about modification. Third is drop, definitely to delete the database, to delete the table. Fourth statement is also there, that is called truncate, but we will talk about truncate statement later with example. Right now, just one thing that you keep into your mind. Any database, or you can say any statement that is actually making changes in the structure of the database or the table, it is actually referred as DDL statement. So definition of DDL statement is clear. Definition of DDL statement is clear. Yes, it is. That's good. That's good. Second type of statement. So see, overall, DDL statement is just dealing with the structure of the database and table. It is actually not dealing with the data that is available in the table. If you wanted to deal with the data that is available in the table, in this condition, you have to use DML, that actually stands for data manipulation language. That is called data manipulation language. Data manipulation language is used to insert, update, and delete record from the table. It actually never deals with the structure of the database and table. Difference is clear. DML dealing with data, DDL dealing with the structure. This is the overall thing that you have to keep into your mind. Next category is called DRL, that is called data retrieval language. So definitely retrieval, fetching, reading, they are the same words. It is used to fetch, read, or retrieve record from the table. DCL stands for data control language. If you wanted to define different users with different privileges, different permission, then the data control language is used there. Next thing is available DCL. The DCL is actually called transaction control language, and they are used to control the transaction which category, but we will talk about truncate statement later with example. Right now, just one thing that you keep into your mind: any database, or you can say any statement that is actually making changes in the structure of the database or the table, it is actually referred as DDL statement. So definition of DDL statement is clear. Definition of DDL statement is clear. Yes, it is. That's good. That's good. Second type of statement. So see, overall, DDL statement is just dealing with the structure of the database and table. It is actually not dealing with the data that is available in the table. If you wanted to deal with the data that is available in the table, in this condition, you have to use DML, that actually stands for data manipulation language. That is called data manipulation language. Data manipulation language is used to insert, update, and delete record from the table. It actually never deal with the structure of the database and table. Difference is clear. DML dealing with data, DDL dealing with the structure. This is the overall thing that you have to keep into your mind.
It will create the
Next category is called DRL, that is called data retrieval language. So definitely retrieval, fetching, reading, they are the same words. It is used to fetch, read, or retrieve record from the table. DCL stands for data control language. If you wanted to define different users with different privileges, different permission, then the data control language is used there. Next thing is available TCL. The TCL is actually called tribal keywords. Bucket query is there. For example, if you wanted to create a database, you wanted to create a table, then there is a query available that is called create query. Second point. If I'm talking about the alter table, then definitely the alter table is a alter table. Alter query. It is used to modify the structure of the table. What is the mean of modifying the structure of the table? If you wanted to
जो चीज़ मुझे समझ में नहीं आती मैं यूट्यूब से देख लेता हूँ, बेस्ट वे है। अभी मैं यूट्यूब चला रहा हूँ, उसके बाद फिर कंटिन्यू करूँगा लेक्चर। यूट्यूब में क्या है कि डायरेक्टली वो बता देते हैं कि उतना घुमाते नहीं चीज़ों को, ज़्यादा एक्सप्लेन नहीं करते हैं, टू द पॉइंट बोलते हैं और निकल लेते हैं, तो वो चीज़ मुझे अच्छा लगता है। अभी मैं वही कर रहा हूँ।
Developer, here's your chance to learn basics of Python and get a free certificate.
ओरेकल डेटाबेस सीखने के लिए हमारे चैनल
Learn
लर्न कोडिंग
coding.
को सब्सक्राइब करें। आज के इस वीडियो में मैं आपको ये बताऊंगा कि एसक्यूएल जो लैंग्वेज होता है उसको 5 सब लैंग्वेजेस में डिवाइड किया गया है, जैसे डीडीएल, डीएमएल, डीसीएल, डीक्यूएल या फिर टीसीएल। तो इस वीडियो में ये जो डीडीएल होता है, ये डीडीएल क्या है और इसमें कितने कमांड्स आते हैं, प्रैक्टिकल के साथ हम आपको प्रूव करके एक एक चीज सिखाएंगे। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं कि डीडीएल होता क्या है, ठीक है, और इसका यूज किस लिए किया जाता है। तो सबसे पहले डीडीएल का पूरा नाम होता है डेटा डेफिनेशन लैंग्वेज। इसका यूज क्या है, दिस सब लैंग्वेज डील्स विद ऑब्जेक्ट्स ऑफ डेटाबेस लाइक टेबल, व्यू, सीक्वेंस एक्सेट्रा। ये जो हमारा डीडीएल लैंग्वेज है ना, ये एसक्यूएल का एक सब लैंग्वेज है, आपको पता है। तो ये जो लैंग्वेज है डीडीएल, ये ओरेकल डेटाबेस के ऑब्जेक्ट से डील करता है। और आपको भी पता है ओरेकल डेटाबेस में ऑब्जेक्ट हम कहते हैं टेबल को, व्यू को, सीक्वेंस, ये सभी ओरेकल डेटाबेस के ऑब्जेक्ट हैं। तो अगर आपको ऑब्जेक्ट से डील करना है तब आपको डीडीएल सब लैंग्वेज यूज करना होगा एसक्यूएल का। इसका यही काम होता है। तो ये जो डीडीएल लैंग्वेज है ना, ये हमें क्या करता है, इट प्रोवाइड्स 5 कमांड्स, जैसे क्रिएट, रीनेम, अल्टर, ट्रंकेट एंड ड्रॉप। तो ये क्रिएट क्या होता है, सबसे पहले हम आपको ये बता देते हैं। अगर आपको ओरेकल डेटाबेस में किसी भी तरह का ऑब्जेक्ट
Abstraction. Let me explain about abstraction. Abstraction is a process of hiding implementation details and showing only functionality to the user. Let me uh, let me give you let me tell us no, no, sorry. Let me give you example with a real life of a man driving a car. the the man only knows that if he presses the accelerator uh, pedal, the speed of the car will be increased, and if he break the brake pedal, then the car will be stopped. But he does not know how the brake pedal, accelerator pedal, or implementation are working. Internal mechanisms are working, and he doesn't bother about it. So this is example of abstraction. Let me start with DDL.
ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करना है, जैसे टेबल, व्यू, सीक्वेंस, इंडेक्स। अगर इस तरह का आप कुछ भी ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करना चाहते हैं तब आपको क्रिएट कमांड यूज करना होगा। तो इसका सिंटैक्स होता है, इसका लिखने का तरीका क्या है, सिंपल तरीका है, क्रिएट टेबल, टेबल नेम। अगर मान लो हम टेबल ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट कर रहे हैं तो हम यहाँ पे लिखेंगे क्रिएट टेबल, टेबल नेम। उसके बाद ये पैरेंथेसिस रहेगा, फील्ड 1 और उसका टाइप, उसके बाद फील्ड 2, फिर उसका टाइप, इसी तरह से n नंबर ऑफ फील्ड होगा और उसका टाइप हमें यहाँ पे मेंशन करना होगा। फील्ड मतलब कॉलम, ठीक है, कॉलम 1 उसका टाइप, कॉलम 2 उसका टाइप, कॉलम n उसका टाइप। तो इस तरह से ये क्रिएट कमांड का सिंपल सा सिंटैक्स है। तो चलिए इसी सिंटैक्स का यूज करके हम आपको टेबल ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करके दिखाते हैं और ओरेकल डेटाबेस में कि कैसे इसे क्रिएट करेंगे। हम अपने कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन में आ चुके हैं। तो सबसे पहले हमने आपको जो क्रिएट कमांड का सिंटैक्स लिख के दिखाया, उसी सिंटैक्स का यूज करके हम क्या करते हैं, टेबल क्रिएट करते हैं। तो हम लिखेंगे क्रिएट, उसके बाद हमें क्या लिखना है, टेबल। अभी यहाँ पे टेबल नेम होगा तो हम टेबल नेम क्या ले लेते हैं, EMP ले लेते हैं, ठीक है। फिर हमें ये पैरेंथेसिस ब्रैकेट लगाना होगा और सेमीकोलन लास्ट में देना होगा। सबसे पहले हम कॉलम बना रहे EID नाम का, इसका टाइप हम क्या देते हैं, इसका टाइप हम देते हैं नंबर, ठीक है। फिर हम क्या लिखेंगे, फिर हम लिखेंगे देते हैं नंबर, इसका टाइप हम क्या देते हैं, इसका टाइप हम देते हैं नंबर, ठीक है। फिर हम क्या लिखेंगे, फिर हम लिखेंगे ENAME, इसका टाइप क्या होगा, इसका टाइप हम देते हैं varchar और यहाँ पे साइज दे देते हैं 20, ठीक है। हम 2 ही कॉलम बना रहे और एंटर मार रहे हैं। तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं हमारा टेबल क्रिएट हो चुका है। तो ओरेकल डेटाबेस में किसी भी तरह का ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करने के लिए आपको क्रिएट कमांड यूज करना होगा। जैसे यहाँ पे हमने टेबल ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट किया, अब इस टेबल में रिकॉर्ड कैसे इंसर्ट करेंगे, उसके लिए भी हमारे पास कमांड होता है इंसर्ट कमांड, इंसर्ट इनटू, टेबल का नेम है EMP, फिर हमें लिखना है वैल्यूज। और अभी हमारे पास कितने कॉलम है, EID है, इसका टाइप नंबर है, तो यहाँ पे नंबर देते हैं 10, ई नेम इसका टाइप वैल्यू है, यानी कैरेक्टर टाइप की वैल्यू यहाँ पे हम ले सकते हैं, कॉमा ई नेम इसका टाइप वैल्यू है, यानी कैरेक्टर टाइप की वैल्यू यहाँ पे हम ले सकते हैं। तो सिंगल कोट्स में हमें लेना है, यहाँ पे हम कैरेक्टर टाइप का वैल्यू ले लेते हैं अंकित। एंटर हमने मारा तो 1 रो क्रिएटेड।
देखो almabeta.com एक बहुत ही बेहतरीन प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ पे आप अपने मनपसंद प्रोग्राम में एनरोल कर सकते हैं और वहां पे अपना प्रोग्राम खत्म करने के बाद
मतलब एक रिकॉर्ड इंसर्ट हो चुका है हमारे टेबल में। एक और रिकॉर्ड हम इंसर्ट कर देते हैं। अगर अभी आप देख सकते हैं कि अपने टेबल में कितना रिकॉर्ड किया है, तो आपको लिखना होगा सेलेक्ट स्टार फ्रॉम EMP। तो इसकी वजह से आप देख पाएंगे। तो यहाँ पे देखो हमारे टेबल का 2 कॉलम है, EID ई नेम, और हमने 2 रिकॉर्ड इनपुट किया, तो दोनों रिकॉर्ड भी यहाँ पे दिख रहा है। तो अभी चलिए हम आपको नेक्स्ट कमांड बताते हैं DDL लैंग्वेज का। DDL लैंग्वेज का सेकेंड कमांड है रीनेम। रीनेम का यूज हम किस लिए करते हैं, जैसा इसका नाम से ही पता चल रहा, अगर हमें किसी भी चीज को रीनेम करना होगा ओरेकल डेटाबेस में, तब हम रीनेम कमांड यूज करेंगे। इसका लिखने का सिंटैक्स क्या होता है, रीनेम टेबल नेम टू न्यू नेम। अगर मान लो हम टेबल नेम को रीनेम करना चाहते हैं, तो हमें क्या लिखना होगा, रीनेम, उसके बाद हमारे टेबल का नेम, टू लिखना है बीच में, फिर आप जो भी नया नेम लेना चाहते हैं आप ले सकते हैं। तो चलिए इस काम को प्रैक्टिकली कैसे करेंगे ओरेकल डेटाबेस के अंदर, हम आपको वो करके देखेंगे।
Going toward the left hand side, then definitely toward the left hand side there is negative value, and on the right hand side there are positive value. Now see what exactly the ABS function is doing. ABS function is giving you distance from 0 point. ABS is giving you distance from the 0 point. So if I'm talking about the distance between 0 and -2, can I say that answer is going to be 2 unit? Distance between 0 and -2, answer will be 2 unit. Similar to that, if I'm talking about distance between 0 and 2, again answer will be 2 units. Because distance cannot be negative. Because distance cannot be negative. So this is what actually ABS function is actually doing. Any value that you are passing to ABS function, any value you are passing to ABS function, it is actually giving the distance of that number from number line. So practically ABS is always going to give you same value but with positive magnitude. Yes or no? Okay. One more scholar is claiming that he is not able to understand seal and floor. You know it very well. Seal means top. What is the meaning of floor? Floor means bottom.
दिखाते हैं हम आपको यहाँ पे टेबल नेम EMP को रीनेम करके दिखाएंगे। तो सिंटैक्स हमने क्या लिखा है, हमने सिंटैक्स लिखा था रीनेम, उसके बाद टेबल नेम। टेबल नेम क्या है, EMP टू, उसके बाद इसका नेम मुझे क्या रखना है, इसका नेम मुझे बदल के रखना है EMP2। तो हमने एंटर मारा तो देखो टेबल नेम रीनेम्ड। अगर आपको चेक करना है रीनेम हुआ है कि नहीं, तो आप क्या करो, सेलेक्ट स्टार फ्रॉम EMP मार के एंटर प्रेस करके देखो। तो ये क्या बोल रहा है, टेबल और व्यू डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, मतलब EMP नाम से ओरेकल डेटाबेस में कोई भी टेबल नहीं है। हमने इसका नाम EMP2 कर दिया। अगर अभी हम सेलेक्ट स्टार फ्रॉम EMP2 लिख के एंटर प्रेस करेंगे, तो आप देख सकते हैं EMP टेबल का रिकॉर्ड अभी EMP2 में शो हो रहा है। इसका मतलब हमारा टेबल रीनेम हो चुका है। DDL का तीसरा कमांड होता है अल्टर। अगर आप अपने ओरेकल डेटाबेस में कुछ भी अल्टरिंग ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म कराना चाहते हैं, तब आपको क्या करना होगा, इस अल्टर कमांड को यूज करना होगा। इसका लिखने का सिंटैक्स क्या होता है, अल्टर टेबल, टेबल नेम, ऐड कॉलम नेम, उसका टाइप। अगर मान लो हमें अपने ओरेकल डेटाबेस में एक कॉलम को ऐड करना है, मान लो हमने टेबल क्रिएट कर लिया 2 कॉलम के साथ, बाद में मुझे एक और कॉलम ऐड करना है, तब मुझे अल्टर कमांड यूज करना होगा। और इस तरह से हम सिंटैक्स लिख के कॉलम को ऐड कर सकते हैं। आप चाहें तो रिमूव भी कर सकते हैं, अल्टर कमांड की मदद से टेबल से कॉलम को हटा सकते हैं। अगर आपको टेबल में कांस्टेंट ऐड करना है, कांस्टेंट लगाना है, फिर भी आपको अल्टर कमांड ही यूज करना है। या फिर मान लो हमने ये जो कॉलम बनाया है, इसका जो डेटा टाइप दिया है, इसकी साइज को अगर घटाना है या फिर बढ़ाना है, फिर भी हम क्या कर सकते हैं, इस अल्टर कमांड की मदद से इन सभी अल्टरिंग ऑपरेशन को परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं। तो चलिए हम आपको सिंपल सा अल्टर कमांड का एक प्रैक्टिकल करके दिखाते हैं, जिसमें हम क्या करेंगे, अपने टेबल में कॉलम को ऐड करके दिखाएंगे। अल्टर कमांड की मदद से हम एक कॉलम ऐड करके दिखाएं emp2 टेबल में, उससे पहले आपको ये दिखा देते हैं कि emp2 टेबल में कितने कॉलम हैं। तो हम लिखेंगे desc emp2। तो आप देख सकते हैं emp2 टेबल में 2 कॉलम है, eid ename, और इधर उनका टाइप है नंबर और varchar जो हमने लिया था क्रिएशन के टाइम। अभी हम अपने इस टेबल में कॉलम ऐड कैसे कर सकते हैं, सिंटैक्स हमने क्या लिखाया था, अल्टर टेबल, टेबल नेम हमारा क्या है, emp2 में हमें कॉलम ऐड करना है emp2, उसके बाद ऐड लिखना है कॉलम नेम। ठीक है, कॉलम का नेम हम क्या ले लेते हैं, ई एड्रेस यानी एम्प्लॉय का एड्रेस, इसका टाइप हम ले लेते हैं varchar, और यहाँ पे साइज दे देते हैं 30। ठीक है, आप चाहे कैपिटल लेटर में लिखो या फिर स्मॉल लेटर में लिखो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है एसक्यूएल लैंग्वेज में। ठीक है, एंटर प्रेस करते हैं तो टेबल अल्टर्ड, इसका मतलब हमारे emp2 टेबल में ई एड्रेस नाम का कॉलम ऐड हो चुका है। अगर हमें देखना है तो हम इस तरह से देख सकते हैं, यहाँ पे आप देखिए ई एड्रेस नाम का हमारा कॉलम आ चुका है। आप अप डाउन एरो की यूज करेंगे तो आप भी इस तरह से प्रीवियस क्वेरी को या फिर आने वाली क्वेरी को इस तरह से आप देख सकते हैं। ठीक है, DDL का फोर्थ कमांड होता है ट्रंकेट। ट्रंकेट का काम क्या होता है, ट्रंकेट का सिंपल सा काम है टेबल के रिकॉर्ड को एक बार में डिलीट करना। इसका लिखने का तरीका क्या होता है, सिंटैक्स क्या है, ट्रंकेट टेबल टेबल नेम। अगर हम इस तरह का कुछ भी सिंटैक्स लिखते हैं तो उस टेबल में जो भी रिकॉर्ड होगा उस टेबल का रिकॉर्ड एक बार में डिलीट हो जाएगा। लेकिन हाँ, ट्रंकेट से टेबल डिलीट नहीं होता है, सिर्फ और सिर्फ टेबल का रिकॉर्ड डिलीट होता है। तो चलिए प्रैक्टिकल करके हम आपको दिखाते हैं जो मैंने बातें आपको बताई वो सही है कि नहीं। ट्रंकेट में मैंने क्या बोला था कि ये टेबल के रिकॉर्ड को सिर्फ डिलीट करता है, टेबल को डिलीट नहीं करता है। तो सबसे पहले हम आपको दिखा देते हैं हमारा emp2 टेबल। इसमें देखो 3 कॉलम है और 2 कॉलम में रिकॉर्ड है, एक कॉलम जो हमने लास्ट में बनाया था उसमें रिकॉर्ड नहीं है। लेकिन अगर हम इस emp2 टेबल को ट्रंकेट करते हैं, जैसे ट्रंकेट टेबल टेबल नेम emp2, ये सिंटैक्स था हमारा, एंटर। तो टेबल ट्रंकेटेड, इसका मतलब हमारे टेबल का ये रिकॉर्ड हट चुका है, ये रिकॉर्ड रिमूव हो चुका है। हम आपको दिखा देते हैं, तो यहाँ पे देखो नो रो सिलेक्टेड, इसका मतलब हमारे टेबल का रिकॉर्ड जा चुका है, लेकिन अभी भी हमारा emp2 टेबल है। अगर आपको देखना है तो आप लिखेंगे desc emp2। तो देखो टेबल का स्ट्रक्चर है लेकिन टेबल का रिकॉर्ड डिलीट हो चुका है। तो ट्रंकेट का यही काम होता है। DDL लैंग्वेज का फिफ्थ कमांड होता है हमारा ड्रॉप। ड्रॉप का काम क्या होता है, किसी भी चीज को परमानेंटली डिलीट करने के लिए। इसका लिखने का सिंटैक्स क्या होता है, अगर हम लिखते हैं ड्रॉप टेबल टेबल नेम, तो जिस भी टेबल को हम ड्रॉप कर रहे हैं वो टेबल भी डिलीट होगा और उस टेबल के अंदर जो भी रिकॉर्ड है वो रिकॉर्ड भी डिलीट होगा, और ये परमानेंट डिलीट होगा। आपको बाद में ये रिट्रीव आप नहीं कर सकते। तो चलिए प्रैक्टिकल करके हम देखते हैं ड्रॉप कमांड का। ड्रॉप कमांड के लिए मैंने बोला था कि ये टेबल को भी डिलीट करता है और उसके रिकॉर्ड को भी रिमूव करता है। तो चलिए दिखाते हैं। सबसे पहले स्क्रीन को क्लियर कर लेते हैं CLSCR से। तो हमारे पास एक टेबल है, उसका नेम क्या है, उसका नेम है स्टूडेंट। ठीक है, आप देख सकते हैं इसमें रिकॉर्ड भी है। अगर हम अभी ड्रॉप क्वेरी फायर करते हैं इस स्टूडेंट टेबल में, हमें लिखना होगा ड्रॉप टेबल, टेबल का नेम है स्टूडेंट। तो मैसेज आ चुका है टेबल ड्रॉप्ड, इसका मतलब हमारा टेबल भी रिमूव हो चुका है, उसका रिकॉर्ड भी जा चुका है। अगर आपको चेक करना है तो आप देख सकते हैं DESC टेबल का नेम स्टूडेंट। तो देखो यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहा है, ऑब्जेक्ट स्टूडेंट डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, इसका मतलब इस नाम का कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट यानी टेबल हमारे ओरेकल डेटाबेस में नहीं है। तो इस तरह से इस वीडियो में हमने आपको DDL कमांड एक एक करके प्रैक्टिकल वाइज प्रूव करके दिखाया। वीडियो पसंद आया हो तो लाइक करिए, शेयर करिए, चैनल पे नए सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए। ओरेकल डेटाबेस
SQL tabs. ये नोशन ऐप है यहाँ पर। इसमें नोशन में मतलब बहुत सारे फाइल्स क्रिएट कर सकता हूँ। बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा बेनिफिशियल है चीज़ों को लिखने के लिए। मेरा मोबाइल हल्का हीट हो चुका है बिकॉज ऑफ ऑनलाइन डिलीवरिंग वीडियो 1 hour 36 minute 00 second।
लिखने के लिए हमारे आपको यहाँ पे टेबल नेम ईएमपी को रीनेम करके दिखाएंगे। तो सिंटैक्स हमने क्या लिखा है, हमने सिंटैक्स लिखा था रीनेम, उसके बाद टेबल। अगर अभी हम होगा इस अल्टर कमांड को यूज करना होगा। इसका लिखने का सिंटैक्स क्या होता है, अल्टर
ignore null values. Clear or not? Count with column name, ignore null value, but count all the records. This is what is good. So copy and right click, hitting enter. So can you see complete switch case can be implemented here? Yes, it is. Okay, so the sheet is done. Then further topics we are having. And see, there are some tables available to see the name of currently used database. One scholar was yesterday asking. Say for example, let's say if you are working on multiple projects simultaneously, so sometimes happen that we forgot on which database currently we are working. So directly there is query available. The name of the query is called select database query. So the select database query, it is already giving you name of the currently used database. Further queries are available, truncate table, drop table, etc. etc. We will talk about them also, but not today, tomorrow. Then see, we are having group by having. Tomorrow they will be done, possibly within half an hour. Then we are having joins and subqueries and transaction. So hopefully this will be done. For the normalization, there is a pre-recorded video that will be shared to you.
It's really
Rest according to the demand, we
hard
will
to see
decide
it.
how to proceed everyone.
2.5
So
hours.
pending topic group by having join operation, subqueries and transaction. Don't worry, SQL is simple. Don't worry, SQL is simple. One scholar is asking if we wanted to use your database, how we can. I have to export and then provide you. I have to export and then provide you. How to remember all the queries? It's a matter of practice. It's a matter of practice. Yesterday, one file is shared to you with the name date and queries. Have you seen that file?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yesterday, one file was shared to you, date and queries, not access. Those who have shared, they know that everything is provided to you in proper formatted. You need to run the query directly, your database will be imported there. Well, so everyone, that's all for today. Anand, feedback link, please. Feedback link, please. Anand, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Let me see the feedback.
Okay.
Yes, I have shared it.
Feedback form is shared to you. Please fill and write down on chat. Stopping the recording.
Uh, Everyone, like for today's
Recording stopped.
the class was related to joins only, so I have added some quiz problem related to joins on today's quiz. But in feedback, you will find some query related to today's class only, like some question related to joins. So if you are not able to attend,
Fill the feedback form, write down on chat, please.
Kapil sir, I'll share that form with you, which I have created only for the instructor base. So please check like why it is not like
Sure.
visible to the student side. I'm giving you the access of that.
Okay. I will check. No problem. Stop the screen sharing. Fill the feedback form, write down on chat, please. Fill the feedback form, write down on chat. Questions related to joins, you can skip.
Questions in the quiz, it is related to today's class, but the question I have added in the quiz, in the lecture, where like you will find one quiz. There I have added some question related to which is it is similar to the lecture name. So lecture was related to joins, so you will find question related to joins. So there you can skip or you can attempt it. I will extend the deadline, right? So you can attempt by tomorrow as well.
Okay, I think we can leave.
और हाल लिखा हुआ कटुआ
Bye everyone, thank you for joining. Bye bye.
after the right now it's at 2 p.m. and lecture is ended, and after the lecture we get a form. In that form we need to fill the information regarding and related to today lectures, means in lecture today lecture what we have learned today, and how much we are understood all these topics. So related that type of questions are given in MCQ. So I need to fill the form and need to some query questions in MCQ, need to submit. Let me show you the form how. So this is the form where I have multiple choice questions, and also I get a number if the questions are corrected, and if not corrected I will get so it takes time to give the answer. So what clause is used to remove foreign key constant? Let me see. I also search in Google. Drop. In drop, drop is MCQ command, MCQL command. In drop you can delete entire the column, row, and your table. Select count. Select the column. Select count. alter we use for add and and alter table. Which of the following clause is optional? Select clause. In SQL we have clause. In clause we have different types. Which of the following clause is optional? Family key can be select correct SQL command for fixing. I have today I have 10 MCQ questions and 10 MCQ questions I have to solve 80 minutes and from 10 out of 10 I have get 7 marks. 3 questions are माइक्रोफोन को। माय फ्रेंड, हाँ भाई, अबे तू कौन फोन किया था? तू उनको फोन किया था सुबह को? उसके बाद तुमको कॉल किए थे आधा घंटे के बाद शायद कुछ, तो तुमको मिला था कि नहीं कॉल? अच्छा ठीक है, बोलो। हाँ ठीक है, मतलब हम पूछ रहे हैं गया था कि नहीं, मतलब कॉल नेटवर्क। हाँ वो तो देखे, इसलिए तो मैसेज किया था। हम बोले कि अगर गया होगा तो उसको बोल देते बाद में करने, नहीं तो फिर कॉल करेगा।
मेरे को सीएसएस पेमेंट पे जो सीएसएस करना, ठीक है,
वाह।
इसको ठीक करो तो वो खराब हो रहा, उसको ठीक करो तो वो खराब हो रहा, दिमाग खराब हो गया मेरा।
हाँ मतलब पकड़ रहा है ये, वो लीक कर रहा है तो बहुत रहा है बाबू। देख, मतलब नायका तो हम देखे नहीं है, लेकिन उसका है थोड़ा हेवी है, कलर कलर ये वो, और स्ट्रक्चर
अबे कलर कलर चलो,
स्ट्रक्चर
पेमेंट का पेज सेट करना है ना, तो वही नहीं हो रहा है, दिमाग खराब हो गया मेरा।
कैसा दिखा तो?
करो, कुछ हो रहा है कुछ, हाँ
थोड़ा दिखाओ कैसा है, हम देखे नहीं है।
देखो, आओ आओ देखो, टेलीग्राम चैनल का दिमाग गर्म हो गया था, कैसे कंप्लीट
फिर
होगा।
क्लास नहीं हो रहा है क्या? खत्म? हाँ
नहीं,
शाम को नहीं होता है?
वो सिंक का कॉल खाली बताता है, खाली देखता है क्या प्रोग्रेस।
अबे तो पढ़ाई लिखाई
प्रोजेक्ट तो बना रहे हैं बेटा।
तो मेरा 3-4 यूनिट हो जाता है ना, 4 यूनिट पढ़ा तो उसके बाद होता है, तो तुम्हारा हो गया 4 यूनिट पढ़ा लिया?
चौथे में तो खत्म हो गया, तो भाई उसी का से इसका स्टार्ट है।
चौथा खत्म हो गया?
हाँ वो बोला तो,
हाँ
अब कोई इवैल्यूएशन नहीं होना है। मैं जेंडो को बन भी नहीं रहा, कॉम्प्लेक्स है हो गया।
इसीलिए तो हमारा भाई फुर्सत से पढ़ेगा लिखेगा तभी तो बढ़ेगा। जिंदगी झंड हो गया। शो मी योर वीडियो।
दिख रहा है,
दिख रहा है। हटा मेरा पेन हटा।
इमेज बड़ा हो जा रहा है ससुरा।
हाँ तो इमेज को वहीं पर ये कर दो, अबे इनलाइट कर दो।
नहीं अभी इसको ये कर देते हैं, मान लो खाली ये
हाँ,
खाली
हाँ।
हाईलाइट हटा दिए, ठीक है। अभी देखो क्या हो रहा है, इमेज क्या बड़ा हो जा रहा है, कोई समझ नहीं आ रहा
क्या किया पे
इसमें
तो
आइटम है एक, तो देखो हम क्या लगा रहे, पे मिडिल पे डिप के अंदर, जो डिप के अंदर ये डिप है ना,
हाँ समझ रहा हूँ।
इसमें भी 2 डिप है, तो एनथ चाइल्ड यानी फर्स्ट वाले पे हम इसको क्या कर रहे हैं, जस्टिफाई ये कर रहे हैं डिस्प्ले फ्लेक्स, ताकि हॉरिजॉन्टल हो जाए। ताकि देखिए हॉरिजॉन्टल नहीं आ रहा, ये यहाँ ऊपर आ रहा है, ये इसके बाद ये आ रहा है, कभी ये आ रहा है, जबकि हमको तीनों एक लाइन में चाहिए।
तीनों एक लाइन में चाहिए, तो फिर ये वन गाइड फॉर ऑल नायका ऐप वो कहाँ जाएगा?
ये तो इधर, अरे यहीं तक रहेगा तीनों।
तो अबे तो ये जो क्रेडिट कार्ड है, इसका मतलब हमको लग रहा है कि जो टैक्स मतलब जो स्पेस ले रहा है, तीनों नहीं आ पाएगा। तुम जो स्पेस प्रोवाइड कर रहा है वो नहीं आ पाएगा, तुमको और थोड़ा बड़ा करना होगा। या तुम ना जो क्रेडिट कार्ड लिखा हुआ है टेक्स्ट को, उसको स्मॉल कर दो।
या इसमें इसको
मतलब हम बता रहे हैं, ऐसे बोल रहे हैं, तुम देख लो।
हाँ
हम ऐसे बोल रहे हैं।
इमेज
इमेज बड़ा इसलिए आ रहा है ना कि वो उसका ओरिजिनल साइज है।
नहीं रे चरवा, ओरिजिनल साइज ये है, कुछ नहीं करके ये है इसका। कार्ड पेज, एड्रेस पेज, पेमेंट पेज में हालत खराब हो गया ना, पर गिजी बिजी हो गया, गिजी बिजी।
हम बोले थोड़ा ब्रेक ले लो और
अबे ब्रेक से सीधा सामने सिंकअप कॉलेज साला सब आगे आगे बना रहा है सब, मतलब बहुतों का हुआ नहीं हुआ है, बहुतों का तो कुछ ही कहने जो अच्छा हुआ है। अबे अच्छा हो गया ना किसी का, असल यहाँ बन नहीं रहा है, वही सोच रहे हैं। कभी कभी सोचते साला बूट स्ट्रैप से उठा ले पेमेंट वाला, समझा। बहुत सारा दिया हुआ है,
बूट
सोचते यहाँ से उठा लेंगे।
स्टेप आता है यूज करने।
हाँ, अरे इसका कोड खाली लगाएंगे तो भाई, तो इस पे तो बूट स्ट्रैप लगाया है, तो देखो तो इतना वाला पार्ट पे ये देखो खुल रहा है ना, जो
ये क्या है?
यहाँ
पैनल बॉडी
बूट स्ट्रैप लगा हुआ है, यहाँ पे देखो।
कहाँ है बूट स्टेप का कोड?
है तो
ये बूट स्टेप का कोड है।
हाँ, क्लासेस रहता है और ऊपर में ये लिंक लगाना होता है।
नहीं हम यूज नहीं किया
है तो
है,
बूट स्ट्रैप।
हमको नहीं मालूम।
तो हम उस पे खाली कर दिए कोलैप्स वाले पे, ताकि वो मैं इसको अभी सोचे नहीं बना पाएंगे कोलैप्स। तो ये रहा कोलैप्स का, क्लिक करो। अभी एंडो अब इतना मेरे को दिख ही नहीं रहा है, इसका दिमाग खराब हो रहा है। हो पाएगा कैसे हो पाएगा, सोच लास्ट में नहीं होगा ना तो वही करेंगे, बूटस्ट्रैप वाला उठा देंगे। समझा?
नाइका
देखो बूटस्ट्रैप पे जाएंगे, ये रहा डेमो कोड, ये प्रीव्यू है, ठीक है। तो ऐसे लगा सकते हैं, तो ये उतना कुछ लगाने नहीं आएगा हमको, ये थोड़ा एडवांस हो जा रहा है इसको। HTML पार्ट में
ये तो लिखा हुआ है कोड महाभारत।
अरे उसके अंदर का कंटेंट का मेन प्रॉब्लम हो जा रहा है। अभी यहाँ पे कंटेंट ये थोड़ी है, हमको तो कुछ और दिखाना है।
हाँ तो लिंक करना पड़ेगा, जो कि दिक्कत है। ये कर सकता है, उसमें डिस्प्ले करा सकता है, लेकिन
लास्ट में ऐसा बना देंगे पेमेंट डिटेल, समझा? नहीं बुझाएगा
तुम्हारा पेमेंट डिटेल कोई देखो, सिंपल सा सिर्फ देखो ना पेमेंट वाला, जो ये रहा इस टाइप का दिखा। हाँ यही वाला वहीं पे चिपका दो ना। अबे मैनेज करो।
अबे मतलब असली में नायका का तो ऐसा दिख रहा है ना, देखो तो ऐसा बना नहीं पा रहे।
हम वेबसाइट बनाएंगे बेटा तो इतना लोड फोड नहीं देंगे कि मेरा कोई क्लोन करे तो उसका फट जाए। हम सिंपल रखेंगे।
ये भी ठीक है, लेकिन इसका कलर दूसरा, ये भी ठीक है।
हम तो कुछ बोलेंगे नहीं, लेकिन तुम पूछेगा तो जरूर बोलेंगे। मेरा जो दिमाग है वो हम लगाएंगे, तो बता सजेस्ट तो नहीं कर सकते कि क्या करे नहीं करे, लेकिन
अबे लेकिन का गाड़ी पे चढ़ा हुआ है, कुछ बोलेगा आगे तो
रुको बड़ा तो करना।
चलो ये देखो, ये थोड़ा ठीक लग रहा है।
एक लड़का पेमेंट का बना है, देखेगा क्या?
कहाँ गया? इसमें मेन बात है कि ये भी तो नहीं दिया, पेपाल हो गया, क्रेडिट कार्ड हो गया, यूपीआई भी तो देना चाहिए ना बच्चे को। यूपीआई ये नहीं दिया, समझ रहा ना? ठीक है, यहाँ यूपीआई क्रिएट कर देंगे, इसी को कॉपी करके एक नीचे यूपीआई जैसा बना देंगे, यही कोड ले लेते हैं, ठीक रहेगा। इसका कोड चाहिए पूरा, ईमेल ये रहेगा, CSS ये रहेगा, JS और JS इसमें नहीं है, ये सही नहीं। jQuery तो दिखा रहा है, JS तो दिखा देंगे
अंदर में होगा।
चलो ठीक है, हमको कॉपी करके बनाया, पेज बना लेते हैं। पेमेंट 2.html
भारत माता की।
हाँ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड जरा, अब एक ही बार थोड़ा सा सीखे नहीं कि अब चढ़ा दिया पेड़ पे तब क्या होगा। हाँ यार, अब यही कैसा है, HTML कोई दे भी नहीं किया, बॉडी में डालना पड़ेगा उसको।
भारत साहब, अबे अपने दोस्तों से फॉलो करवा लेना गिटहब को,
क्या चाहिए?
अपना गिटहब बोल देना ऐसा ऐसा सीन है।
नहीं अभी लोकली कर रहा था।
अरे नहीं बोला, गिटहब को फॉलो करवा लेना। मैक में जाएगा तो उसमें 50 से ऊपर चाहिए कैंडिडेट फ्लोवर्स।
ओह अच्छा, वो फॉलो का बोल रहा है। ठीक है, वो करा लेंगे।
जब से मिला तेरा नाम, क्या होगा?
इसमें कुछ है ही नहीं, इसके बिना ही काम करके रह जाओ।
क्या दिखाना तुमको, क्या मिला?
दिखाते हैं, कॉपी CDN ये सब पेस्ट करना होगा लगता है लिंक में, समझा?
अरे यार, मेरा बेच का एक प्लेस्ड हो गया ससुरा। अक्षय कुमार प्लेसमेंट हो गया वेब 20 का।
अच्छा
अक्षय कुमार
अच्छा,
राजपूत गॉट एन ऑफर फ्रॉम फ्लिपो। भगवान अपना कब लगेगा?
ये देखो, ये CDN वाला कॉपी करते हैं यहाँ पे। ये रहा CSS का कॉपी,
अभी मेरा भी प्लेसमेंट टाइम रहता प्लेस। सुनो, काम करो, हम चलते हैं खाना खाने।
रुको जरा, तुम दिखाओ।
नहीं है वो, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, हम इसलिए हम नहीं दिखा रहे हैं। देखिए दो हैं बट वैसा कुछ। और इसका कंफ्यूजन हो जाएगा, पगला जाएगा तुम। तेरा जब से मुआ तेरा नाम। अरे यार तो मस्त दिख रहा है।
आ गया।
हाँ वही बोल रहा हूँ, तो मस्त दिख रहा है, अच्छा लग रहा है, यही रहने दो। ये पूरा पेज में है, ये पूरा पेज में है, सही लग रहा है।
इसी को सोच रहा लास्ट में बैठा देंगे, नहीं होगा तो इतना कौन होगा।
नेम बार के नीचे बिठा देना,
इसका जो नया बार है ना अभी बना देते हैं,
कॉपी पेस्ट कर दो।
उठाते हैं इसका जो नया बार है।
और थोड़ा कमेंट करके लिख दिया करो, नेम बार बॉडी सेक्शन।
और उस समय इधर को ऐसे करके लिखा हुआ है कार्ड में बार ऐसे कोई
दिक्कत नहीं, मतलब ऐसे वो मतलब कोई अगर आदमी पढ़ता है तो समझ में आता है, मतलब बोलता है वो लोग लिखने बोलते हैं।
कंप्लीट हो जाएगा।
करो 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 करो, दूसरे का बाल समझ जाए, मेरा कंप्लीट हो आगे।
हालत खराब पड़ा हुआ है।
तो सुना जब सुना, तो सुना जब सुना। एक दिन प्यार दूसरा दिन टकरार, तो मैं क्या करूं। 2.5 घंटा हो गया।
अभी देखो तुमको दिखा रहा तुमको। अरे ऊपर का मैप बार क्यों नहीं है? कहीं तो मैप बार।
हाँ
आ गया ना।
हाँ सुख में
थोड़ा पिंकिश टाइप का वो दे देते हैं पीछे बैकग्राउंड में, समझा? पत्ते नहीं चल रहा है। नहीं हाँ, इस पे इस वाले पे थोड़ा बॉर्डर दे देते हैं। क्या नाम था उसका, लिखना पड़ेगा। इसी से रेडी कर रहे हैं सोचते, ठीक रहेगा, उससे नहीं होने वाला वैसे, समझा? एक और क्लास देंगे
भाई, देखो समझ गया ना, सीख गया ना, उतना हार्ड वर्क करने की जरूरत नहीं है, इधर उधर से ये वो करके बेटर है, और वही चल ही रहा है दुनिया।
हाँ वही करना ही पड़ेगा।
जैसे माइनर इम्प्लीमेंट करना सीख लो कि हाँ चेंजेस ये करना, ने बार डाल दिया, कुछ फंक्शन करना तो वो कर लिया, हो गया, और क्या।
अभी क्लास क्या दी थी इसका? बॉर्डर।
तुम दो, हम आज चलते हैं, मेरा भी है।
रुको ना बच्चों,
क्या करेंगे हम रुक के?
अगर रुको ना, बॉक्स शैडो लेके तुमको दिखाना चाहते हैं।
तेरा कब है दिख ये
सही तो क्या, जैसे बॉक्स शैडो दिए तो बढ़ गया।
किसी का और में नहीं ना घुस गया, किसी का और का बोर्ड भी नहीं ना घुस गया, सिर्फ ये कर दिया, इम्प्लीमेंट कर दिया CSS।
बॉर्डर लगा दिए तो लगता है वो काम नहीं कर रहा है।
और कहीं वो दोनों एक ही बॉक्स में नहीं ना आया।
नहीं, अरे नहीं, इसमें खाली हम बॉर्डर लगाए तो ये क्लास बाद में रीड कर रहा है लगता है। बूटस्ट्रैप से ही बनाएंगे ना तो सही रहेगा, कुछ क्या है रिस्पॉन्सिव भी बन जाए। हाँ ये तो हो गया, लेकिन अब बॉर्डर काम नहीं कर रहा है, कोई ना कोई वो काम नहीं कर रहा है। भाई अगर पहले कर दिया तो बॉर्डर लगाया है, अब वो काम ही नहीं कर रहा है।
लेकिन ये बॉर्डर लगाएगा तो पूरा दो बॉक्स को डिवाइड थोड़ी करेगा, एक ही बॉक्स होगा ना, एक बॉक्स में मतलब ये जो दो दिख रहा है तुम्हारा, वो दोनों एक ही बॉक्स में है ना, दिखा तो रहा है।
बोल रहा है ये जो तेरा है ना, कहाँ गया ये जो डिव,
हाँ
ये डिव के अंदर बॉर्डर लगाया,
ये राइट साइड वाला है,
मतलब ये एक डिव है।
हाँ ये राइट साइड वाला है ना डिव।
काहे नहीं बॉर्डर ले रहा है, हम अपना अलग नहीं लगा सकते हैं?
क्यों नहीं लगा सकते? इतना बड़ा कोड लिखने के बाद भी वो मतलब ये हो जाता है कि अबे ससुरा फिर जाके खोजो ये वो।
ठीक है जाओ।
हमको टॉयलेट लगा, हम जा रहे हैं, तुम बन जाएगा हमको बाद में दिखाना। ठीक है चलो बाय। आता हूँ टॉयलेट करके और खा के शायद। चलो मिनिमाइज कुछ है क्या क्लास देख लेते हैं। There is any classes? Let's check. No, 4:30. 4:30 p.m. में link list 2 है. So let's see what will be happening. मुझे देखने का मन नहीं करता live classes. I like to learn by myself. What do you do? And maybe. हेलो एवरीवन, लंच हो गया एंड लेट्स स्टार्ट आवर जर्नी क्या असाइनमेंट करना है और लेक्चर भी कंप्लीट करना है। डीएसए में लिंक लिस्ट पढ़ना है, प्लेसमेंट तैयारी करना थ्योरी, एक अच्छा सा थ्योरी और ये करना लिखना है और उसके बाद उस का एग्जाम्पल भी बनाना है प्लस इंटरव्यू के लिए। मतलब अगर बोले कि व्हाट इज एन एब्स्ट्रैक्शन, ऑल्सो गिव मी द रियल लाइफ एग्जाम्पल होता है। आपको डेफिनेशन बोलने के बाद आपको ये करना पड़ता है, एग्जाम्पल देना पड़ता है। तो सो यही है। लेट्स गेट अप। किसका बैटरी कितना है? 18%। ओके अभी मैक का भी वर्क करना है। मैक मतलब रिज्यूमे बनाना है, पोर्टफोलियो बनाना है और उसको सबमिशन करना है। 28 फरवरी तक कंप्लीट करना है, वही देखना है। क्या करूँ? बंद कर दो, बंद कर देता हूँ। बाय द वे अभी 11:30 से SB101 का लेक्चर चल रहा था। SB1 क्या है? फिफ्थ क्लास मतलब उसमें SQL पढ़ाया जा रहा था। अभी 2 वीक्स वही चलेंगे, उसके बाद फिर जावा और SQL को मर्ज करके फिर एप्लीकेशन बनेगा वर्किंग मॉडल में। हाँ यही सा मैं रखता हूँ। उसके बाद फिर 1 सेकंड और 120 मिनट। नो वन वॉचिंग, नॉट एन इश्यू। और क्या है? ये मैं आपको बताता हूँ थोड़ा। ये रेडमी का लैपटॉप है। रेडमी 40,000, 8 GB रैम, 8 GB रैम एंड 500 नहीं 256 का रैम है। नहीं 500 का है। 500 रैम है तो 8 GB क्या है? हाँ 8 GB का नहीं मालूम, छोड़ो। जब ये 40,000 वाला लैपटॉप है, इस वजह इसके 45 वाला 40,000 45 वाला, तो मैंने 40 वाला लिया था बिकॉज मुझे जो मेरा नीड था उसमें ये बेस्ट था, तो मैंने रेडमी का लिया और ये बहुत अच्छा वर्क करता है। आई थिंक मैंने 2 वीक से इसे ऑफ ही नहीं किया था, अभी किया है रिसेंटली, बट मैंने सिर्फ टेस्ट करके देख चुका हूँ। 2 वीक्स तक मैं सिर्फ में रखता था और काम करता था, परफेक्टली फाइन वर्क कर रहा था। करता इज़ गुड। अब मैं चलता हूँ and see you in next lecture if possible. Let me see what my schedule. After that I decide what to do or not to do. Right now I'm not decided and I'm just going to live. Yeah, so bye everyone, we will see you in next video. As you want to stop streaming? Okay.